I bet. Oh, Rellism Raw Sports Talk today. Episode 64, part 1. We're going to recap, of course, Wild Card Weekend. Yeah, we're going to have to talk about the 49ers a little bit, Shammond. Then we're going to talk about the losers. Where do they go from here? We got one black head coach, but could we have a black owner, Tommy? And what AFC QB is under the most pressure? But before we start, we got Drew out here, 540 Chopper. We got my man Tommy, and then we got Shammond the God. All right. Hey, but before we start, Tommy, big shout out to Tommy for starting our Rellism Sports Talk Facebook page. If you haven't liked it and joined up with it, do it ASAP. Also, on there, you can see our merchandise link. We ain't trying to make no money. We just trying to spread the word. You know what I'm saying? Wear a shirt here and there. People gonna be like, what? They're gonna ask questions, and we're gonna get this thing rolling some more. So definitely check that out. We got more styles and more things coming out. Rellism Sports Talk merch and Facebook page. So definitely check them out. But as we start, Wild Card Weekend, we ain't gonna talk about the winners yet. We're gonna save that for later against their new competition. But the first team we're gonna talk about is the Eagles. Where do they go now? What are they gonna do with Jalen Hurts? Why can't the coach get the ball to Devontae Smith, the best player on offense? What's going on? Drew, what are they gonna do with Jalen Hurts?
Man, I'm not going to lie to you. That was probably the ugliest game of football I've ever seen him play, especially that first half. I don't know. I mean, he's still young. He's a mobile quarterback. He's an improviser. I think you just got to give him time. I mean, that was his first playoff game. He's proven that he's a winner. I mean, to bring the Eagles back from like borderline nothing to into the playoffs. And, you know, everybody has an off game. Just ask Kyler Murray. It's just you got to have some time. You got to believe in your guys, and they drafted him for a reason. So give him another year or two and then see where it goes from there, in my opinion.
Well, let me ask you a question. You said that he brought them back and did all this. They didn't beat a winning team, dude. Like, what's going on? Who did they beat? They happened to be in the NFC least, and then they did what? They looked like they were in the NFC least. Tommy, what you think?
Well, I mean, I think that was a system game right out the bat with their quarterback. They won't win real football games until they get an honest to goodness quarterback that can do some things in the passing game. They had 2 tight ends and a wide receiver. Should have taken them to first overall, competing with Dallas. And they didn't have a quarterback to exploit it. Ended up having to trade the tight end, and you saw the effects of that. They're missing a guy like Ertz out there on the field.
Yes, I mean, so why couldn't they get the ball? Why couldn't the coaches get the ball to Smith? Why couldn't they get him to Goddard? Why? I mean, what's the problem? Could Gardner Minshew have got him the ball?
Minshew's a top 32 quarterback, might be a top 20 quarterback, but he's not a top 10 quarterback. Jalen Smith can get you to the playoffs like a top 15 quarterback. His problem is that's it. This guy's limited. We've seen it with a Cam Newton. You can exploit it if you do it perfect. That's hard to exploit. It's not done well and not done often. So we'll see what happens with this style. We had Tebow in Denver. I've seen what it can do when we have a quarterback who throws 10 for 15 for 110 yards and 1 touchdown, and we beat the Steelers out of nowhere. It doesn't do us nothing. We get rid of that guy next year. So we'll see what happens with this guy here.
Well, we got 2 people still believing in Jalen Hurts. Shammond, you believe in Jalen Hurts? That must be a no. Oh, there he is. Yeah, that must be a no. You don't believe in Jalen Hurts either. Huh? Nope. Fix your stuff, son. What about the coaching? Go ahead, Shammond. Go ahead. Okay, I'm done with that. What about the coaching, though? I mean, they didn't make any adjustments at halftime. The team's looking like they're so confused the whole time. Do you think coaching had anything to do with it? Well, or are they just outmatched by the Bucs? I mean, is that what it is? Brady being Brady?
They're going against the best play caller in the game on the field, top tier coach off the field, great OC. You're looking at a serious team right there. That's a big team, and you're asking a limited quarterback, young offense to go against Brady, who can cash the check, and he's going to come out there versus a team like that. He's just going to, where's your crack at? Yeah. Pow, 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 pow. Game over.
So you believe in him too, Shammond? You believe in Hurts still?
Yeah, I believe in the Hurts. I do. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Tommy, would you take him in Denver?
Over who we got? Yeah. Because
over what you could have.
No.
Exactly.
If you threw him up for free agency right now, he's not in my top 3 picks.
Right. Drew, would you take him over Carr?
Jalen Hurts? Hell no. But here's the other thing. I think, the other thing too is like the whole game, like I was waiting for Brady to come out and they could just put Gabbard in, but Brady never came out. He wanted to finish that.
And why? Why did he stay in?
Because Tom Brady's the type of guy who he starts the job, he wants to finish it. And, I don't know. I mean, maybe this is getting a little off topic, but I truly believe the NFC representative will be the Bucs simply because of the intensity that Brady brings. And it was shown through the domination of the Eagles in that game. He was not ready to give up. He was like, okay, I am finishing this game, and this is what it's going to be. You're not pulling me out. Mamba mentality.
Yeah. I'll give you the Mamba mentality, but I hope you're going to be around for the second episode because we're going to talk about the playoffs in the second episode. So please, you see what I'm wearing. Even though they destroyed my Cardinals, they were my Super Bowl
can
prediction.
I say something to Drew?
Huh? Shammond, you better fix your stuff. You're muted again, dude. All right, the next game, the Raiders. I know it's dear and true to you, Drew.
Man.
Who's gonna be your coach? Who's gonna be your coach? What do y'all need? What do you need? Are you gonna keep Carr? Are you gonna keep Carr? What are y'all doing?
I think firing Mike Mayock was a step in the right direction because clearly the draft picks that he was so heralded for, the whole reason he got the job was to be a draft genius, right? And look at what we got. We got one guy getting arrested on DUI charges off the team. We got one guy flashing guns in a video off the team. We traded Amari Cooper, traded Khalil Mack, just all these crazy decisions that I really didn't understand the logic behind. I think that was a step in the right direction. In terms of head coach, to be honest with you, if you're asking me, I think Rich has earned the job at least for a year. If he proves that he is not the man for the job in this year, like, what do we have to lose? Like, we got a hell of a lot farther than we were supposed to go given the circumstances this year. So
he's a product of John Gruden. You know that, right?
I mean, well, the thing is, though, he's been in the league, whether several different teams for, I believe it was 15, 16 years. He's been all around the league. He knows how to lead guys.
And they're good aces.
I don't know. I think above all else, we definitely needed a new offensive coordinator. I mean, obviously, Olsen.
And y'all need a new one.
Greg Olsen just resigned.
What are you gonna do to keep up with the Chargers and the Chiefs and Denver's coming?
We don't need to keep up with the Chargers. I mean, last time I checked, we made the playoffs, right?
For real.
You're absolutely right about that. But going forward, Herbert's not no joke, son. Herbert's not no joke.
As worried as I am about Herbert, I'm not worried about the team around him. So I think it's going forward, what we need to do, the first order of business has to be getting Devontae Adams down to Las Vegas because he is a free agent. He played with Derek Carr in college. I think if any
leaving
free
Aaron
agent,
Rodgers, son.
He may leave Aaron Rodgers. He may leave Aaron Rodgers. He's not going to Las Vegas.
He's not going to
Devontae Adams
leaving Green Bay.
Okay, fairy tale hour is over. Fairy tale hour is over for you, Drew. Because you told me nothing that y'all need at all. Tommy, what does the Raiders need? What do they need?
Look, I'm going to tell you what they need. That's what I've
I
been
ain't say
trying to do.
Shammond, but go ahead. Go ahead, Shammond. Go ahead.
Man,
Go ahead.
I'm telling you, bro, the Raiders are a good team, bro. They're nice. I'm not going to lie. They're like that. But all they need is a good offensive line that's going to block for Josh Jacobs. They need a good defense of interior. They need the defensive line, right? They haven't had a good line in a while. They got Solomon Thomas on the defensive line. He played on the 49ers. He don't do nothing. So, like, boom, I just told you what make it better.
Let me one time with Tommy because I'm interested to see what my dog has to say.
Yeah, I want to see as a Denver fan.
Yeah,
what is the Raiders? What are you scared of?
I think D-line wise, man, this is it, and then I'll pass it over. But
all right, Tommy, what
D-line, I feel like that's a rep.
The last thing the Raiders really need right now is my opinion. You guys dropped like 4 first-rounders, second-rounders, or something like that. It might even be 4 first-rounders in the last 6 years or so on the D line. You don't put more capital there. You're done. So if your line sucks, your line sucks. Play without it. Bengals can do it on offense. So if I was going to be scared of something, the Raiders would be. They really need to take advantage of the guys who had a monster. Now they're not using Josh Jacobs. I know Alabama running backs get bad raps. Josh Jacobs can catch. Josh Jacobs can catch the ball. I've seen this guy do it. If you get this on the Gallup, he's what was that big tall back used to play with the Giants, after Kiki?
Brandon Jacobs.
He's like Jacobs. Once he gets on the open field, once he gets on the Gallup, that man's gone. So if they can get him involved in the swing game, they're good. Right now they got a vertical tight end. They need a second tight end. They need to get one more
passing second tight end.
They need
Monroe stepped in good. Why can't they play together?
He's a receiver. They need a Salbert. We got an Austin Salbert. We got this guy behind it. Albert O and Noah Fant ain't gonna play together. You can't keep them 2 guys. You need that blocker. Gronk is the best because he can block. Kelsey can block. Waller don't block. So you got a glorified wideout at tight end and no tight end. And you've got a running back that can kill, and you ain't letting him. You put some money on the O-line already. Go grab a tight end, get somebody who can swing block out there. There's your answer as the dual threat. And then on the back end, you guys can't cover. So get somebody else on the secondary because Tyreek Hill is going to eat y'all alive.
Wasn't their offensive line supposed to be one of the best offensive lines like 2 years ago?
Leatherwood last year, we had him as a 3rd rounder. They picked him up in the 1st.
Great.
I had him as I didn't want him player is what I had him as. Once I seen him, because he was supposed to be a 1st rounder, and then he was coming out the pro day. He's a 3rd rounder. I'm like, dude, don't touch him. And now he can't play guard. He's supposed to be a tackle. So
what happened to Bill Callahan? Y'all need to go and get Bill Callahan back to help your offensive line or something. I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm tired of talking about the Raiders. Let's talk about the Cowboys. Talk about the Cowboys. Besides getting in their own damn way, why can't they win? Why can't they win? Come on, why can't the Cowboys win? And don't say nothing about the 49ers. Why can't the Cowboys win? Tommy, why can't the Cowboys win?
You hear me?
Now I can.
All right. This is the reason why listen, the Cowboys beat themselves. They beat themselves. Don't nobody beat them but themselves.
Yep.
It's not nobody's fault. It's not the refs. Don't blame it on the refs. Y'all beat yourself. Y'all cannot defend in zone defense. And I said it before we played them. Zone defense is a problem for them. And that's what it is. They cannot play good. They're Jameis Winston of the league in defense. They get the most picks, yeah, but they give up the most yards. That's how the Cowboys are. That's how they
Drew, why are they so undisciplined? Is it the coach?
Honestly, I think it starts from the top. I mean, I've always had this theory. I think Jerry Jones has clearly bitten off more than he can chew for years. He wants to be owner and GM and head coach at the same time. I don't know. I mean, like Shammond said, like, yeah, you're going to get all these turnovers, but like also you're going to give up a lot of yards. And at the same time, I think Kellen Moore has got to go, especially when it comes to the last call of their season, especially. I don't know what the fuck you're doing running Dak Prescott up the middle on a quarterback draw with 14 seconds left.
The head coach said it was his call. He liked that play. Head coach, he liked that.
That's probably the dumbest football call I've ever seen in my 21 years of life. I don't understand that. That was so stupid.
Tommy, hold on, Drew. Hold on. We can always go hindsight is 2020, whatever, because it didn't work out. If he slid 5 yards earlier, they would have had time to do that. If he hands the ball to the referee umpire, they would have been able to spike the ball. Why is the call being called so much? Dak Prescott's the problem. It was his fault. It was his fault. They say they practice this all the time. Coaches, you see coaches talk about it all the time. We practice this all the time in practice. Why didn't he not give it to the referee? It's Dak Prescott's fault. Tommy, what you think?
On why the Cowboys lose that day,
and the last play.
The last play was Dak Prescott's fault.
Thank you.
Until you've been there, though, man, and you get there in them last 3 seconds. I'm talking click. You don't know how bad that push is to go one more step to guarantee that victory. I mean, it'll push you there. So I can see him taking 3 more steps, man. I bless him for only taking. So he's a pro. So as far as the Cowboys go, why do they keep losing? That game was you didn't feed. I know people gonna hate me for saying this. You didn't feed Zeke. You've got a plan. You've got what? How many picks? How many people right now, if we redrafted the league, would take a member of the Cowboys line? How many members of the Cowboys line would be gone in the first 6 rounds? We'd have 3 to 4 guys.
Yeah,
we got 2 backs back there, and didn't combine between we get 20 carries. Denver had the same issue. We get 20 freaking carries out of these 2 guys, Pollard and Zeke. He got 12. He only got 3.6 yards per carry. You gave him 12. Give him 20. Watch him get 4.5. And you win this game 24-17 because you got Micah Parsons, you got Trayvon Diggs, you got these dogs in the backfield that you just didn't. Nah, man, let Zach throw it 40 times.
To be fair, Tommy. To be fair,
I'm being fair.
Hold on. To be fair, Tommy.
He thought the best ball game was running the ball 33 times between Zeke and Pollard, 24 passes for Dak, and a touchdown to CD off of play action, and then Dak can throw whoever he wants to after that. But when that play action game starts working because you fed Zeke, you've got a ball game, and you've got Zeke. You put Zeke on the Rams. The Rams are better than the Bucs.
Hold on.
Hold on. So listen, in Denver, we got, you got your young boy, and then you got what the hell is his name? I forgot his name now. Your 2 running backs.
Melvin Gordon,
Statistically, stats, touchdowns, whatever, they were very similar, right?
Close.
Right? And the young boy from North Carolina was below him, right? But your eyes told you what? Your eyes told you what? That he's the better running back, right?
Your
eyes told you he's better.
Next year, I swear to God.
Your eyes told you he was better when you watched him play.
I don't like Melvin Gordon is not a Bronco. And he won't be next year because he's a free agent. But Melvin Gordon will be
He put up stats. He put up stats. Stats ain't nothing. You look at Ezekiel Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott does not look like the same person.
Melvin Gordon can block.
Let's not talk about
run. He ran for the longest, second longest, and third longest run for Denver. Man, Javonte hits the hole and he hits somebody. Melvin hits the hole and nobody's there. They're 2 different runs. The guy is good. He was averaging more and got more touchdowns because he's a better running back this year.
Go ahead, Shammond, say it.
Let's not run our mouth on Zeke.
Your internet's killing me, dude.
Like, come on, bro. Like, I can't do nothing. It's my internet.
Say your point.
Like, what's going on with my internet?
Yeah. Drew, say what you gonna say.
I don't understand how you expect to win games as the Cowboys when your whole offense, and correct me if I'm wrong, when your whole offense is run the ball 2 times, throw a bootleg, punt the ball, run the ball 2 times, play action,
The bootleg.
it's high school football. I don't know
Yes.
who plays. It is high school football.
So with saying that, why is Kellen Moore up for all these head coaching jobs?
Kellen Moore is a beast.
Well, he's
Send
calling
him
the
to
plays.
Denver.
Y'all are saying the play calling is wrong.
Y'all
He's
are blaming
calling the play.
The only reason people don't want Kellen Moore right now, the media saying I don't want Kellen Moore, is because of the last play where Dak Prescott ran.
No, they're saying they do want Kellen Moore. Everybody's saying they do
put up
want him.
250 burgers.
You want him in Denver. You can have him in Denver.
I'll take
You can have it. The Patriots. The Patriots. Was it just because you had a rookie quarterback, you were outclassed, or was it more? Is something wrong with them, or is it just a young quarterback? Tommy, go.
Bless Belichick. He's the best coach I've ever seen play football. I hate him. It's like watching Popovich. I never liked him, and I admire him, respect him. His defense this year, what he was able to do with Matthew Judon, just label that this year what happened with the Patriots. They killed it. What's his name? Old Matt Jones ain't bad. Belichick has him for 5 to 6 years, and he's able to keep his style up. We're in trouble. But
come on, are the Patriots going to be able to contend with the Bills going forward in the future? Because the Bills don't look like they're going to step down at all. Josh Allen looks like the truth. Are the Patriots going to figure it out to beat them going forward in the years? The Patriots. Huh? Why is your always muted? Drew, are the Patriots going to be able to contend with them going forward?
I mean, if you're asking me, I do have faith in Mac Jones, but after seeing the last performance, I don't know how much faith I have in Mac Jones. I think clearly I was reminded of the 2001 Patriots with this team. Just like you grind it out, you win the game by 2 or 3 points, barely winning the game. Going forward, though, I don't know if they have enough offensive pieces. I mean, Al Gore is only going to get you so many yards a game, and if he's your wide receiver 1, to be honest with you, man, I don't know how far that's going to get you.
Obviously, they wide receivers are the problem because every time they get behind, they lose. They can't keep up with teams. They try to run the ball and play smash mouth football like that, but there's going to be smash mouth football teams going against you. If you can't score the ball, I'm telling you, the AFC with Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, in the next 10, 15 years, they're going to have to score.
Especially in the AFC, when you have a team like the Titans in the number 1 seed with Derrick Henry running the ball.
Yeah, y'all
know that's my point why I don't think you have to score.
Yeah.
You don't have to score?
You're talking playoff football is so much different than the regular season.
I would agree.
And if you can catch a home field and you can knock down, drag out. We're not playing in September, October no more. It's February, bro.
Right.
I mean, you want to come to New England in February. You want to hit Buffalo in February. It's a whole different ball.
I saw Buffalo go in and destroy them.
Home field and this fans in playoff time. It's a whole different ball game. You've been in the stands. When it's hyped, it's gonna be hyped all game. These games, man.
Sure. Is that gonna be enough? Is that gonna be enough though? Is that gonna be enough? Cole, you ain't even get the. How are you gonna get the top seed? How are they gonna get a top seed to have the playoffs go through New England? You can't win the division. If they can't win the division, how are they gonna get these home field advantage? How?
The Bills still need to run the ball.
And they starting to do that. And their quarterback is a monster. And he's not going to stop running the ball at all.
Belichick's good. He took a rookie to the playoffs after he had Tom Brady.
And Belichick is a defensive genius, and he got destroyed. 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 I'm talking about destroyed. Right or wrong? Destroyed. It wasn't even close. He tried to make halftime adjustments and got destroyed.
You're right.
I don't want to say that this guy's beyond the measure of Belichick because he destroyed him.
I'm not saying that either. Home. I'm not saying that either. I have much respect for Bill Belichick, but I think they're gonna need something more. They're gonna have to score points, yo. It's like gonna be old school defense for the Patriots and Tom Brady doing check downs to the slot receivers and winning and then making an occasional big play over the top. That Patriot football is over. They're going to have to score more points now because that defense is not going to be able to hold teams like they used to. They're not going to. This generation of quarterbacks that are coming into the league, y'all can say what you want to say about Herbert. He's going to get nothing but better. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, and shit, we ain't even talked about Burrow. Burrow took Cincinnati to the divisional round in his second year. So we'll get to all that, but I'm just saying, man, these teams are scoring. The Cardinals. Shammond, you back on now?
Yep, I'm right here.
Why the Cardinals keep blowing? Why they keep dying it towards the end of the year?
Man,
Kingsbury did it in college, same thing. What do the Cardinals need to do to compete in that division? Because that division is tough.
Yeah, and like I said multiple times, that I feel that division is the most difficult division in the league, and you can't have teams that got over 10 wins every single week.
Don't bring up the 49ers. Don't bring up the 49ers. What do the Cardinals need to do?
I'm not.
What do the Cardinals need to do? What are they missing? What are the Cardinals missing?
What the Cardinals are facing. The Cardinals are facing they're facing good defensive teams.
Defensive linemen?
They're
Defensive
facing
linemen.
good defense.
Okay, Tommy, what are they missing? Why can't they get over the hump?
Because they're not like that. They're not built like that.
Tommy,
Arizona,
why ain't they built like that then, Tommy?
The Cardinals really need to. You got to give them some respect for what they were able to do this year without having Hopkins available. This guy's Adams is great, but if Hopkins, like I said, if you redraft, like I said earlier with the Dallas, if you redraft my first receiver I'm taking is Hopkins over Hill, over Adams. I'm taking Hopkins. The man can not catch. So he had a chance to see what a Fitzgerald. Do you know what that means? That's that.
Is he the only thing? Is he the only thing?
No. And he's out. So you got him.
But what do they need? What do they need to win? Why do they look so suspect?
The Cardinals went all the way to the playoffs without their best wide receiver. We'll see what they do against the Rams team next year.
So what? The Titans went without their best running back.
Took a baby James Conner and ran like 10 touchdowns, 15 touchdowns total. I had this guy looking like a Madden player out there with an offense with Kingsbury. James Conner, it don't matter who the Cardinals running back is next year. They're going to have a running back. They're going to have a wide receiver that they didn't have. They took AJ Green, revitalized this man's career, made him the Hopkins player on the team.
Where was he in the playoffs?
I think the Cardinals are fine. What are you talking about? Why they can't?
Drew, can Kyler Murray get over the hump?
All right. I'm going to put it to you simple, man. If you throw for 28 yards in the first half of a wild card,
you're not going to win.
I don't know what business you have being in the wild card playoff game in the first place. Granted, Kyler Murray, shows some promise, but the man is 5'9", 5'10". We've seen some short quarterbacks in the past, whether it be Drew Brees or Russell Wilson.
He's got a bean. What are you talking about? That dude can throw the ball with the utmost. It is ridiculous. Herbert,
you wouldn't know it based off of his performance last week.
He went to the playoffs. Herbert didn't. What are you talking about?
I think
Go ahead, Johnny.
I take him right now. Over Carr.
Yo, don't even get me on this.
No, we're not even going there. We got under 10 minutes. Under 10 minutes. The Steelers. They are what I said they were. I'm tired of hearing all these people talk about the damn Steelers gonna win, except for me and Tommy. So all y'all can just shut the hell up, please.
Yo, I ain't nothing about no Steelers, bro.
Would a good quarterback on the Steelers team be enough? Is that all they need as a quarterback? Is that all they need?
Nah, they need more than that.
What do they need?
They need they need good cornerbacks, and they need, because I thought their secondary was good. I thought Mike Hilton and all them had it going on. And matter of fact, is Mike Hilton even on the Steelers anymore? I didn't think so. So, like, they just need good secondary. They need a good secondary. They need to
Just the
get back
secondary.
to
That's
the
all
way.
they need because they got weapons on offense.
Yeah,
What
they got weapons. They got Najee Harris. They got Deontay Johnson. They got James Washington. They got Juju.
Yeah, we know
still.
all the people they got. What else?
Hold
What
up.
do they need? Drew, what do they need?
they need a good linebacker core because if you don't have anyone holding down,
The Steelers
A
gotta go.
good
How-
what?
how are you supposed to stop the run? How are you supposed to stop a zone? Like, if you want to call this defense, you want to stop the run, you need to have good players at linebacker.
Tommy, you agree with that or not?
Well, I think you're talking
I
about
mean,
Buddy.
they missed with the white pick, Bush, or the Devin. The Devin
Devin
pick.
Bush.
But
Devin
they,
Bush is a beast.
they definitely could improve there. But as far as linebackers, they're fine. They got a point
Yeah.
They're
pass
fine.
rush.
They're
They
good.
they need to be able to do
okay.
something with what they got there. They're committed. But if they need anything, I don't have any. I don't know who their number one receiver is.
Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson ain't the number one receiver now.
Like,
He
to
ain't.
us,
Why not?
Deontay Johnson is your number one receiver. You're going to
Deontay is their number one receiver.
quarterback. You're in trouble. You don't need some quick, speedy route runner out there. You need somebody like a Mike, like an Evans, like a big
You
old
got Claypool.
Allen. You need somebody who can sit in the pocket, catch that ball on his own, duck down,
They-
and get you 15.
They have wasted Claypool. Claypool is that guy.
Claypool
He can be that guy.
Claypool's mental bothers me. I agree with you. I loved him out of college. I was like, this guy has skills. I don't know if he's been in this light, and then all of a sudden the light hitting hard. And I
If
think
you
about
got
it.
Ben Roethlisberger throwing you the ball like that, you have a mental problem too. Get him a quarterback that can throw him a damn ball. All right, look, we got 6.5 minutes left. Look, the 4 quarterbacks in the AFC, rank them according to the most pressure. I'm gonna tell y'all mine, and y'all see if y'all agree. Number 4 is Burrow. I don't think he's got nothing to prove. He's already done more than what I thought he'd do. Number 3, Josh Allen. I know he went to the AFC Championship game last year, but still, you're on the road. You're gonna be on the road the rest of the way. Whatever. I got Mahomes too. You've been in the Super Bowl all this time, buddy, and you have not looked the way you need to all year. And Tannehill's won because another number 1 or number 2 seed. And if you don't do it this time, and you got Derrick Henry coming back, with the number 1 seed. If you don't win this year, Tannehill, or get to the Super Bowl, Tannehill must be gone. Y'all tell me, Tommy, rank those for me.
All right, number 4, least amount of pressure is Patrick Mahomes.
What?
He can lose. Patrick Mahomes could lose the next 10 playoff games, and he'll be the starter for Kansas City with as much money spent on that offense as ever imaginable. The guy only needs to win 2 more Super Bowls, and we're going to consider him an all-time great as far as the likes of Peyton Manning.
Hold on, 1 second. 1 second. Hold on, no, 1 second, real
He's
quick.
already been to 2.
One
man.
second,
He's already
real
been
quick.
to 2.
He
and
has
he's
been
won
to 2.
1.
And you know what they used to say about Dan Marino when his rookie year when he went to the Super Bowl?
He's
Oh my
got
God,
the
look at the talent.
ring.
Look at the
We've
talent he
gotta-
has. He'll be
We've
back
got to
many
stop
times.
talking about him.
How many
like
times did he go
has
back?
a ring.
0. Patrick Mahomes needs to win now. Go ahead. I'll let you finish your rankings. Go ahead.
John Elway has 2. Pat's got 1.
Because he had
He's a
Terrell
rookie.
Davis. Go ahead.
And he's-
Finish your rankings.
And he's
Finish your
good.
rankings.
Nick Foles has a ring too, bro. That don't mean shit.
Finish your rankings, Tommy. Go.
and he's looking legit. So if he gets a second, we're going to talk about this guy who's been to now 3-1-2 or 4-1-2.
He ain't got no pressure to get a second one, according to you. So
So
go ahead.
he's in the playoffs every year. We're going to say Pat's got the least.
I'll
The
go
next
to the
least
other
is Joe
side.
Burrows. This guy is setting rookie records
one more.
with receivers.
I'm
I
gonna go
mean,
to the other.
one of the best young quarterbacks as far as potential goes. We'll see if they can get him protected. I'm worried about it. Staying healthy.
Number 2 is
Second
what?
most.
Wait, I'll go on the other
The second, the second most is going to be
Come on.
Ryan Tannehill's 5.
Yes, Ryan Tannehill is first. You know why? He better win this year. Your home field and Derrick Henry,
Ryan
you better win.
Tannehill is fine as far as pressure goes because he's only got Tennessee to worry about. Tennessee, and he doesn't win. He gets let go. He goes to Denver. I mean, we'll go to playoffs with Ryan Tannehill. Washington football team, y'all go playoffs with little Ryan Tannehill.
They're whack.
Yes, you will. So Ryan Tannehill ain't that worried. Ryan Tannehill's check is cash.
You would take Ryan Tannehill for Denver?
And he's got a job no matter what. And
Will you
he's
take
the
him?
guy who's going to win it. He's
Will
the guy
you take
who's
him?
got to win it.
Will you take him
Oh, I'll take Ryan Tannehill
right
man.
now? If they said,
Yes.
don't worry about
Yes.
no other choices,
Ryan
Russell
Tannehill is
Wilson,
top
none of them.
quarterback.
You can have Ryan Tannehill now, or you
Tannehill
can
is a
wait for
top
somebody else.
quarterback. Ryan
You're taking
Tannehill has Josh Allen, light legs, and an arm.
Oh my gosh, bro.
So
Come on, please tell him something.
I'm telling you.
Write those
Come
words
on,
for me, Shammond.
bro.
Anyway,
You smart.
so and then the number one's Josh Allen with the
Ryan
weight
Tannehill
of
to
Buffalo
Josh
on his shoulders, with
Man, get
the
outta here.
weight of the Kelly
Are you
failures
kidding
on
me?
his shoulders, with the
Yo!
whole town behind him at
Buffalo.
Kansas City, with
Are
the
you
motion
Buffalo.
of Chris Jones on his ass all night. Josh
Buffalo
Allen
is the lovable losers, yo. They're the lovable losers. He ain't got no pressure. He ain't got no pressure. He went
looking
and
at a
destroyed the
serious-
Patriots in the first round. His fan base is in love with him right now.
Josh Allen
Come on.
doesn't win this game, and he doesn't continue on to the Super Bowl, and Kansas, and somehow New England, who's been there a million times,
Right.
what would be so
It's better
surprising
than
about
Josh
that?
Allen.
What would the NFL want to see in that? If New England comes ahead and goes and starts challenging the Bills because they can't run the ball, or they can't
against
defend the
anybody.
run, and all of a sudden they get beat by the Patriots the next two out of the
Shammond,
next
go.
4
2
games.
minutes, Shammond, go. 2 minutes, Shammond,
Josh
go.
Allen.
Bruh, we all know that Josh Allen is better than Ryan Tannehill.
Who's under the most pressure? Who's under the most pressure? AFC quarterbacks.
Oh, Ryan Tannehill.
Thank you. Why is that? Why is
Ryan
that?
Bro, you get ran to the playoffs. Your team is good. You got a nice You got a nice coach. Like, what is it around? Everything around him is good. So
Right.
he don't gotta play good. All he gotta play is decent, and they win, cause he has a good team. That's where I'm gonna leave it at.
Drew, tell me, Drew,
Yes.
what's the order? What's the order to 4?
All
Come on,
right.
you got a minute and a half. Go.
The least pressure is on Josh Allen because the man has revived a dead Buffalo Bills franchise since Jim Kelly's been gone. The
Okay.
most pressure is on Patrick Mahomes.
Wow. Okay.
Because if you are
I got it
having
too.
all the type, if you're on the Madden cover with Tom Brady and you're being looked at as the second GOAT, but in the meanwhile,
Yes.
you're a subpar season in comparison to the rest of the years that you've had, I don't understand. Like, I mean, dude, to be honest with you, you could put Cam Newton
In
on
comparison.
still have the same results. I don't understand. Like, yo, cool. Like, you have the sidearm throws. Like, you're a little mobile. Like, that's cool and all. But, like, you're not the GOAT. And I don't
He's the
understand
number 2
where all the hype comes from.
and
You win
winning.
5 playoff games. You win 2 Super Bowls, and all of a sudden you're the next coming of Tom Brady. Where does that come from? I don't get it.
I'm with you, Drew. I got him number 2. I got Tannehill 1. Tannehill has Derrick Henry back, so y'all are very lucky because he would have not won no playoff games. But he got
Great.
Derrick Henry back, so I guess we'll see. Rellism Sports Talk, episode 64, part 1 concludes. Be ready for part 2. We talking straight playoffs, who's going to win the games, and why. Thank y'all, fellas. Thank y'all.
Already.